Nou, lekker toch? Wat het mooie is, ik heb 2 hoorpraatjes en ik hoor dus de TikTok nu in mijn oortjes.
Ja.
Dus de techniek staat voor niks. En de techniek die wij hebben,
Ja.
dames en heren, goedenavond, welkom bij de Zorgenhuis Productions. Die techniek die we hebben, die wordt enigszins tegen ons gebruikt, maar wij gebruiken hem ook tegen datgene wat we zullen vermaken. Datgene wat de gevestigde orde is en die denkt dat ze ons daarmee kunnen uitschakelen.
Zeker.
Ik doe even een korte introductie met betrekking deze podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Disorganized Productions. As you know, we're skipping branches like a squirrel. Today, I have to disappoint you a little bit because this podcast will be in Dutch. And so I will skip directly to Dutch.
We could do it in English also.
We can do it in English also. Yeah, why not? Why
Yeah,
not?
let's do it in English, no problem.
Disappoint you. Kijk, dat is nou het mooiste, hè? That's the beautiful thing about Dutch people. A lot of Dutch people are speaking English. So, if you think you can caught us with the technical stuff or you can catch us with stupid phrases in English, we don't care. We just do it, right?
Yeah.
So this podcast is going to be in English. Love it.
It's also the same with people from Friesland in the Netherlands. We always do stuff, never talk about it. We just do things. So that's a good thing.
Right.
Just do it.
I know there's a brand that says that.
Yeah, it's a bad brand, but a good phrase.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest today. His name is Dinges Smidt, and he's one of the members, or probably the public face of the Silent Warriors. This is a special group, and we're going to talk about it a little bit later. But Dinges, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay, let's do it. I'm Dinges. Smidt is my second name. I'm from the Netherlands. I live in the north of the Netherlands. I was born in 1977. 10 before 2 in the afternoon. My mother always told me this because Santa Claus came into near the hospital, came into the town with his black face Pete's, and it was 10 before 2 when I was born. So that was funny. My mother just hated Santa Claus because he just made a lot of noise, and my mother was giving birth to me. So that's always a nice story. I got 2 daughters, one of 24 years old and one of 21 years old. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been awake, I think, from when I was 21, something like that. I saw stuff, I wanted to know stuff, I researched stuff, and it became more and more and more and more. I'm healthy. I do sports a lot. I go a lot to the fitness room, and I eat correctly. But I know the stuff that's going on in the world. So I founded the Silent Warriors together with Jaguar. I guess you had a couple of weeks ago, and a couple of months ago, I just wanted to kickstart it again and make it a big group. And the group is growing daily. Very, very, very fast with people who are being awakened by us.
Right. And that group it's gaining every single day new members because there are a lot of topics that a lot of people talk about, but don't know where they have to start, or maybe know a little bit about and want to share the knowledge. And that's what makes this group very unique, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'm doing videos for I think 7-8 years now on TikTok, before on Instagram, YouTube. I had a big channel, 65,000 people were following me. And I'm making videos. My videos are all about what happens in the news, the media, and how the media works, and the things how the things are the way we should see it, and not just the way we get to see it. I explain a lot about that. Same thing with, for example, with how the government works, what the government is telling us, what they want us to believe, what's the true history of not only the Netherlands but worldwide. We talked about Europe, the Last Battle before, the documentary that's also in the group. And when I started the group, I just knew that a lot of people are awake but aren't really awake. They're snoozing. That's what I call it. When you wake up every morning with your phone, you're snoozing for 1 hour, and then you get out of bed. These people are snoozing all their lives. And the biggest problem with this is that people see stuff, but they are afraid about what's going to happen when they give into it, how people are going to see them and how the public is going to react on them, people at work, in their families, whatever. So I'm trying to let them see that it's no problem, because there are enough people who can support you in this group, and it's a growing group, and it's growing faster and faster and faster. And I'm kind of proud of it, actually, that we do this job, because it's amazing to see how many people are coming together now and talking about it, and the topics are growing. Everything is growing every day. So this is it's kind of cool, isn't it?
Right. But what happened when you, let's say, wake up? I would always say I'm a critical thinker, and somehow that fire was ignited just by, well, what about this? I want to, and at the time when I was researching on YouTube, especially on YouTube, just like, oh, what about this topic? What about that topic? I'm a critical thinker. So when you put me in a cage or in a little box, like, oh, that's a conspiracy theory. No. I'm just critical thinking about the stuff that they tell me. And it's fair enough to say that back in the days, like 4 or 5 years ago, before the shit hit the fan, we could look up every single topic on YouTube. And now you only see what's not, and you think, oh no, I'm not going to dive into that topic because probably they're going to say I'm a fucking lunatic, right?
Yeah. So let them.
What happened when you woke up? How did that work out for your family and friends?
I was quite young, I think, when I started asking questions. I'm from a part Jewish family, and he's a nice and bald guy also.
I just have to.
I'm from a part. Yeah. I'm from a part Jewish family, and my grandmother was a very wise woman, and she taught me a lot about how things worked in the world. And I always asked questions that everybody was pushing me away with, oh, don't ask about that, it's bullshit, and why are you thinking about it? And when I grew older, my grandmother just always told me the things I should go on investigate, and this was a good thing and not a bad thing. And one of the things she told me about the history was, let's ask you I want to ask you a question. She told me one day. I said, okay, what's the question you want to ask? She said, who wrote the history books? And I was watching her and saying, okay, how do you mean? The winners or the losers? And I told her, probably the winners, because they got the free position to write everything they want. So there's the problem, my son. There's the problem, my son. You have to investigate everything, because history that's in the books and that's written isn't always the history like it is. So just investigate. Then I grew a bit older, and I went to school, of course, just like everybody. And then I got one teacher, a guy from the camp. I never forget this guy's name. He was a guy just like you, with a mustache and a small piece of hair here on his lip.
Yeah, with the beard goes.
A crazy guy. And he was always like, if somebody was walking on the hallway, get out of my garden, and bam, he smashed the door back in. And he showed us through history also, because there were two guys, me and another guy at school, who were always asking questions about how about this, and why was this with Hitler, and why was this with Himmler. And okay, he said, now you're asking questions, I can tell you the true history. So this guy taught me a lot also. And I just went researching every day, everything I was thinking about. I had a mind change around 21. I was in the military. I seen a lot, and I was like, okay, this isn't the way things are supposed to be. How they do stuff to us from the government. I'm risking my life for you, motherfucker. Come on, what the hell is going on? Why are you treating me like this? This is not okay. So I started researching more and more and more, and my thinking changed. Everything I heard on the news, read in the newspapers was, okay, so if they want me to look to the left, then I'm going to research the right, because there's the stuff that's happening. Oh, and when you start doing that, you wake up, and there was one moment I woke up really, really, really fast, and I had a bad 3 years. I was depressed. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel like I was me. I was feeling like, why are we here? Why are we in this world with all this stuff going on? Why are the people in the world that want to control us? And yeah, you have to get out of that, and you have to make it all positive, and get a better mindset about it, and do the good stuff with it. And when you start researching, you have to try to look at it another way. So not always make it the negative thing. I made it more positive with all the research I did. Okay, like I found out stuff about the government, about how they treat people, why the system is working the way it's working, how it works from top down, following the money, following the paper trail, talking to people. And I started traveling around the world for a couple of months, talk to people. And I learned to relax with it. You know what I mean? So I cannot not see it anymore. But when I see the news now, the only way I look at the news, I don't hear everything, but I just register the stuff that I need to hear. So I can research stuff again about it and tell people, okay, this is the way you have to look at it now. This is what they want you to know, what they want you to think, but this is the way it is, and this is the proof I got you. So that's the way I do it.
It's very tumbling, right? It's like a roller coaster. When you once wake up to one rabbit hole, you fall deeper and deeper inside of them, and you have to be very careful, of course, about what people trying to tell you and what's the real truth. And the thing is, for me, when I went in that roller coaster, first of all, I just didn't fit in any society before it. But when I was in that roller coaster, I thought just like, oh my God, everybody thinks I'm crazy. But now I'm at ease water at the sea. I see things coming from far, far away. I don't look at the news. I don't have a television. I don't listen to the radio anymore. Sometimes things pop up on YouTube or on TikTok. And the only thing I can do is just like, it's a shit show that's folding in front of your eyes. And the funny thing is, you got to figure out who is writing the script for that shit show, because we know a lot of people are acting that they are like the governor or the president or whatever, but that's all fake. That's all staged.
Just puppets.
Who wrote the script? I want to know that. That's one of the things that's still mind-boggling. Just like, it's a funny thing.
I think the biggest problem is I think we know, when we look at what's going on in the world right now, in Israel, with Gaza and everything, we know what's going on. We know who writes the scripts. I think Zionism is a big thing in the world, and Zionism is probably the answer to all our questions. A lot of our questions, not all our questions. It's personal. Also, the questions you have is always personal. But I think we can see pretty clear right now with the situation there, and in the Ukraine the same. The way they want us to see stuff, they want us to choose, but we should stop choosing. We never should choose for anything, just for us. It's the same thing with when you wake up and people tell you, hey, you're crazy, and let them think you're crazy. If you learn to trust on you, and learn to trust on, when you're in a low frequency, when you always watch the news, you hear the news, you read the news every day and all day, your frequency where you're living will go down under. And when you let it go, and when you let what people think about you, let them think about you whatever they want. If you learn to let that drop off you, then it's okay. Then you will get into a higher frequency, and you will never be distracted again, and you will get into I will call it, live in the light. You will feel better, and let them think what they want. That's what I tell everybody in the life always. Let people think what they want. Don't bother. Don't bother feeling bad about it. It's their problem. You know anything. You know everything. They don't. they're going to be shocked with everything that's going on and still is coming to us. It's not done. We're just in the beginning of all the mess that's coming. So
Right.
let's unite.
Let's unite, and it doesn't matter what religion, what color of your skin you have, what political standpoint that you have. We're all
No.
humans, and
Yeah, and we should realize it more, I think. We
I think,
forget we
yeah,
are
and I
humans.
think there's a movement. There's movement ahead. I think that especially for the last half year, I see it more and more also on TikTok. They can't ban all the stuff they were saying. I think in the early days when I was on TikTok, like a year or 2 years ago, adult people told me just like on TikTok, that's a platform for children and stuff like that. But I was
doing
intrigued
dances.
about the little information, just like you're watching a video of 15 seconds and then a 20 seconds about something, just like
Yeah.
wow, I'm really interested in that. And the algorithm, of course, does the part. And nowadays, there are so many people that are trying to bring out the truth. It's too much. Even AI can't handle
They
it.
can't stop it. No.
They can't
No.
stop it. No, no. And
No, I
that's
look
one
at
of the
it.
good things.
I look at it as planting little seeds in people's minds. So when I make my videos, I always try to find something to trigger them. Oh, wait, what's this guy telling me? The seed is planted, and the only thing they have to do, this is what I always try to explain to them. When I plant a seed in your head, the only thing you have to do is research and find the extra information. This information is the water for the seed, so it can come out and become a flower. And when it becomes a flower and you give it more information, more water, it can grow into the light. This is you also. When you do it and when you start looking at it like this, it's the best way you can, because then it feels better for you. You bring it to a new light, new life. That's always good. A new birth, something like that. So
Right.
planting seeds is great. Even the controlled opposition is great because they plant the seeds also. And then I take over and tell them, okay, now you know this. I will tell you the rest of the story.
Right. And it's not only the knowledge, it's also our lives, how we deal with our lives. So even if you wake up and you see all the stuff that's been unfolding for you,
Mm.
you also start to realize, just like I'm an ADHD guy, so I have to
Makes two of us.
yeah, yeah. So the thing is, what I figured out is the food I eat is kind of triggering my ADHD, or it doesn't. The
Yep.
water that I drink,
Yeah.
the way that
Yeah.
I live, the way I ground. I have nowadays like the wooden shoes, like the klompen in the
Klompen, yeah,
Netherlands.
from Friesland. Yeah.
Yeah. But I painted them and I don't show it because otherwise NASA would say, "Would you please draw the next universe for us?" Because it's it's amazing. But I'm going to show it anyway. So I have
Show
some
us.
klompen.
He's
Look at
got klompen. I love them. I love them.
that.
Yeah, but you are walking on stuff that the Earth created, so that's always better. When I just went to
Exactly.
Spain to Jaguar, and those weeks I just walked bare feet. I
But
love
that's
it.
it.
Yeah, just walk
That's
bare
it.
feet. Sometimes you can because there's a grind
The
gravel or
gravel and
whatever.
stuff like that, right?
But most of the time, I try to walk on bare feet. Also, where I live, in the Netherlands, always raining and bad stuff. I try to walk on my bare feet as much as I can,
But
and it
I
helps me.
think that I think like 2 years ago or four, yeah, 3 years ago, there was this Chinese stuff that you could put under your feet and it detoxicated while you were asleep. But you don't need that stuff. You go
Oh,
outside, take your shoes off,
yeah,
and connect to nature, and
yeah,
you're a battery. You're a
yeah,
battery with salt, just like a car battery or whatever battery you are.
yeah.
And
You
what you
recharge.
could you recharge, yeah,
Yeah,
or discharge when you got negative energy or you got some sickness in you or whatever. I think it's like 15 minutes walking bare feet. It changes your complete blood cells, the red and the white ones,
yeah,
completely.
yeah,
Just like there's no better way to do that. And I think also with the food, you go to a local grocery store or a local farmer. We have the choice to go to a farmer. Maybe you pay a little bit more, but he needs to provide the food also, but it's clean food. It's not like GMO stuffed stuff, or like Bill Gates
No,
wants to believe
no
us, like
lean
we got
on the
printed meat.
vegetables. Yeah.
Yeah. And the junk food, I mean, come on. Yes, in the early
I,
days, I did that because when you were at a party, you know
yeah,
that Dinges, when you went from the party and it was like raving until the midnight, and it
yeah,
goes over the midnight till the morning.
yeah,
And first of all, you went to the McDonald's, you
yeah.
ordered for like
I never
15
did because,
billions on
yeah,
stuff. And
yeah.
when you get it, the first cheeseburger, the first bite that you took was just like you're scrambling all over your face. Just like, oh my
Rubber.
God, I'm hungry, but how the fuck should I eat this food?
Yeah, I know. Now, but the biggest problem is, I think 2 weeks ago I had a live. I do a lot of lives on TikTok for the followers, but also to get new people to the group. And we were talking about everything that we get into the bigger grocery stores. We got the Albert Heijn, the Jumbos, all the big stuff.
Right.
But they are all controlled by larger people. Yeah.
Thank
But
God. Like what?
95% of everything we buy in the grocery stores, we shouldn't buy. Even the vegetables, we shouldn't buy there. Meat, we shouldn't buy at the grocery store, because if you look at the meat or the vegetables or the fruits that we buy there, it all feels rubbery. The color isn't good. It's all from a place we don't know what they did with it. Everything that's in the vegetables, everything we buy is bad stuff, bad news these days. So maybe 98% we shouldn't buy in the grocery stores. Go back to the farmers, go back to the markets, go back to the butchers, the everything, the vegetable entrepreneurs. You have to get it more directly from the source, because everything we eat is created for us to eat. So you have to think about what really do we need when you go back in time. What did they eat? Green vegetables coming from the ground, red meat that we just shoot and eat, fish that we take out of the water. What do we need more than that?
Right. And good healthy fats. I mean, if
Yeah,
you look at coconut oil or olive oil, these are
yeah,
really good oils. And the thing
yeah,
is, it's poisoned with I don't know what's it all called, soy oil and stuff like that. It's
yeah,
all bad. And the
yeah,
thing is, you will even when you look into the food stuff. I was doing like a few years ago paleo, so it's only
yeah,
what walks, what flies, and what swims,
yeah,
and some nuts, stuff like that. The thing is, I lost so much weight that I wouldn't recognize myself within 2 or 3 weeks. Just like I was ripped, just like what,
yeah,
where did my belly? I felt really excited. And the funny thing is, even now, when I go to the grocery store or the Jumbo or the Albert Heijn or whatever,
yeah,
I I think I'm gonna pick 1 or 2% of all the products there are, because the
yeah.
rest is just like, okay, no, 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 no,
I'm
no.
convinced. I'm convinced. If we all start eating more red meat, chicken, how do you call zuivel? Like milk,
Dairy,
yeah, dairy, milk,
dairy.
yogurt, stuff like that, eggs. That's more than enough. And take a couple of supplements that we need, because we see too little sun these days. Vitamin D is
Yep.
one of the most important things in our life, but everybody is just working with their phones, staying inside. But people, we need to go outside. We don't need to stay inside. We
Yeah.
have to see the sun more and more and more and more. Stop wearing stuff, putting stuff on your face so the sun can come through. Come on, we need to enjoy the
Yeah.
nature of life, and we just do this too little, I think.
Yeah, and it's just like you said with the cosmetic stuff and stuff.
Yeah,
You rub it down on your face, and all your pores, or what's it called, they're gonna be stuck. So
you're filled up with oil.
they can't breathe. The thing I do right now is I don't use any deodorant or any soap. The only soap I use is Aleppo soap. Aleppo,
Yeah,
you know that Aleppo, there
I,
was something going on also, but it's
yeah,
based on almond and olive oil. The
yeah,
funny thing is, I smell like a human.
yeah.
I'm not smelling like a
Like it
tropical
should be.
peach. That's and I use my deodorant. I make it myself.
Yeah.
Jaguar pointed out quite a few weeks ago with coconut oil
To,
and baking soda. I've been doing that
yeah,
for like a few years. The
yeah,
funny thing is, back in the days when I was using deodorant, I thought I smelled okay, but my shirts and my sweat was really stinking within one day.
Yeah,
Now I can use a shirt like 3 or 4 days, even when I sweat, because there's
yeah.
no toxic shit coming out, chemical
Uh,
shit that
you get
smells
n-
bad.
you get new odors because you just everything is just irritating. Your skin, everything. It's not okay.
And the bugs, the mosquitoes, don't want you somehow because you're
Oh,
natural. You have a natural repellent against
yeah,
mosquitoes because they think, oh my god, he smells like Rob. We don't want to do that. We want to have the tropical peach,
yeah.
or the breathe. No, what's it called? The whatever they just the
Sunshine.
Arctic. Yeah. The musk and all that stuff. That's
Yeah,
all
but it's
fabricated.
crazy. A lot
It
of stuff
is.
we use every day in our daily life is just bad for you, and we don't realize it. I think. Same with toothpaste. I use standard toothpaste, but actually it isn't good for your teeth. And when you think about it, I follow a guy, Cultivate Activate. You know this guy?
Oh, heard of him? Yeah,
Yeah, this guy is really good. He told some people got gums that they are retracting. Yeah,
yeah.
you can solve it with dragon's blood. You can just use dragon's blood and put it on your gums, and your gums will come back. It's just an old wisdom, but people don't even know. When people got a disease, a lot of people have the same disease, and it's all because what we eat, sugars and bad stuff. You get the disease in your
Right.
teeth and in your gums. The thing that works, dragon's blood. I didn't know, so I tried it. It works. It works.
What's the Dutch name?
Yeah, same word, dragon's blood, drakenbloed, dragon's blood. I
Drakenbloed.
can send you a link after we do this. It's really
Oh, I
good.
would love that because my
This guy,
dentist says like my
then,
my dentist says like, oh, you got some problems. I said, no, I
yeah,
don't have problems. I only have challenges.
that's a good thing you said this, because now problems aren't there. One thing that's important, these guys are all working from within the system. They got teached stuff the way they should work. It's not about you and me anymore. It's not about our health anymore. It's all about the system and what works for pharmaceutical companies. So this is what we should think about a bit more. It's the same with the vaccinations we all got pushed on us. We should think about why do we need it? People in the Amazon, do they get it? These guys get fucking old, yeah? So they
Right.
don't even get sick. And when they get sick, after that, they never get sick from the same stuff again. So we should think about this. And the pharmaceutical companies just getting richer, richer, and richer. All the systems, the healthcare in the Netherlands, worldwide, all is directly to get the pharmaceutical companies to grow, 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 grow. You see it with Bill Gates. Bill Gates is, I think, the best example of this. This guy is telling
Right.
us he's going to block the sun. He's going to make it rain. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Come on, guy. He's a computer nerd. And we are all
Yeah.
accepting it. We're just watching it and think, oh, we got to do something with bugs and flies also. Oh, nice. Come on. What's
It's
going on?
unbelievable. And the
Yeah.
funny thing is, even with Elon Musk, people say, oh, they did very good. He went to space and he has his electric cars and stuff like that. Yeah,
Oh,
but guess what? He's now planting a chip inside of your
brains.
head,
Yeah. Yeah.
and just like, wait a minute, an electric car or a surgery that adapts your whole system.
Yep.
That's something different, right? So I don't know
Transhumans.
a
They
lot
want
of
to create
entrepreneurs
transhumans.
that doing this stuff sideways.
Yeah.
It's not like a car seller who also sells pools. Schoenmaker blijft bij je leest, weet je.
Yeah. It's a good Dutch expression. I think
Yeah.
I think this guy is very smart, but I don't think it's even Elon Musk anymore. This guy we see. I really don't.
No.
I really don't. And you can call it a conspiracy theory, but most of the time when people call it conspiracy theory, it's true. Because
Yep.
I think the expression conspiracy theory is made up, just like feminism is made up by a guy who just wanted to make more money, because women were going to work also. It's all thought through. I think feminists
Oh, yeah.
don't even realize what's going on, because the feminism just caused one thing, that women are not really women anymore these days. They produce less children. They're not mentally okay anymore, not mentally stable anymore. They have to work because if they don't, they can't pay the bills anymore because the husband is working, making good money, but everything is this expensive. She needs to. And there's another problem with it. We work that much that we don't even control our own children through this anymore. That's, I think, the biggest problem of it all. Yeah.
That's the biggest problem. I know, just like when I was young, like let's say like 8, 9 years old, my dad went to work. We could go on a holiday like maybe once, maybe twice a year.
Yeah.
Mom took care of the children. There was always food.
Yeah.
And even back in the days when I was hungry, you know, or when I was a little bit older, like 14, 15, smoking a joint, getting, you know, hungry. I just went downstairs, grabbed a bag of chips and stuff like that, ate it, and nobody cared. But when I do that now, my mom would say, you know how this costs?
Yeah.
Just like freaking out.
It's crazy. It's crazy what if you go to the grocery store and get some stuff. And I understand a lot of things, you know, because we want to live and enjoy things also. So you should do stuff like that. Get a bag of chips and get some candy sometimes. You know, come on, we want to live and have some fun also. But if you really think about it, we don't need it. The basic stuff we need is all in the nature and coming to us from nature. That's it. All the extra stuff that's created, that's what's not coming from nature is bad for you. Actually, everything that's produced, not coming from the nature, it's bad for you, and people don't realize this.
If it's zipped in plastic, forget it.
Yeah,
you know,
even vegetables in plastic.
Yeah. Oh, but that's when I go to the local farmer.
Yeah.
You know, there's no wrapped around plastic on the paprika stuff like that, because it's a food that's already been packed in something, right? The other thing is, and that's something that's I have to learn that from you with TikTok, because yesterday I got a restriction when I was playing guitar for the first time live because I smoked a cigar. Just like,
you can smoke on the screen. So if you want to smoke, you have to get out of the screen and then smoke, because you just get a restriction and you're not on a For You page anymore. My restrictions are always on because they don't like me anymore. But I have a couple of accounts, so I switch accounts sometimes, and then it's no problem anymore. I get new people in, and that's also something. You know how the things work with the media and with censorship and whatever. I can tell you a story. I was waking up 1 January 2021, and I was stretching out and starting my computer, and I saw a lot of emails, and I saw a couple of emails, one from YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. And I was, you got blocked? I got banned. So all my accounts were gone. Everything, my bigger accounts, 65,000 people on YouTube, Instagram, I think like 30 plus thousand, TikTok, something like 70,000 followers. Everything was gone. But I couldn't even, when at my own place with my own IP address, I couldn't even create a new account. So I had to do it somewhere else because I couldn't do it anymore. New email addresses, whatever. So even on TikTok, give me one thing. This is my 24th account in 3 years. Every time I go over the 5,000 followers, they block me. They block me directly. It's crazy. This is the censorship, and censorship isn't good. It's bad. It's bad. Freedom of speech is the most valued thing we should have in our lives. Telling and talking about everything we want to talk about. When I talk to you on the street, I can say everything I want. You have to think about the next step. When we talk on the street about stuff the government don't want, everywhere there's cameras, there are microphones everywhere. In your phone, whatever. You get a red cross on your screen on your phone. Oh, you were talking about this and this. You can't buy this anymore. This is the future. Right. If we are not careful with the things we do, and if we don't stand up, if we don't come together, this is our future. You can't even talk on the streets with friends anymore because they hear you, they see you, and then they give you restrictions. This is our future.
One big tip: even the most advanced technology to listen to you, whatever microphone they have, they can't if you turn on the tap water. Because when
Yeah,
you
I
turn on
know.
the shower or the tap water, you have the
It's because of the energy and the
so
frequency
just a
levels.
little tip, just a little
Mm.
tip. Everyone gets to the shower and have a good conversation like we normally have.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
we were talking, we were touching base dingus on a few things just briefly before we went on this podcast. And
yeah,
one of the things is, uh, a lot of people still think that it's impossible without money. And we both disagree because when you have a community that sponsors each other with support and love, with food, whatever
yeah,
you can make it true. Just like what we said with the local support to the farmers and to the
yeah,
grocery stores.
yeah,
If we do that massively,
yeah.
when there's no one who's buying a product, whatever product it is, it won't be produced.
No,
We have to think about that, what I just said. If there's no one buying the product, it
yeah, it's true. It's the
won't be
truth.
it won't be produced.
Yeah,
So
you should think about. I talked about this a couple of times. I think the most important thing we should think about how much impact it would make if we could gather up only in the Netherlands 18 million people. If we just for 1 week stop doing groceries at the Albert Heijn and the Jumbo, they would be all go bankrupt within a week, all of them, because
absolutely.
we don't realize how much power we have. We all think the power is in The Hague, but it isn't. It's the shouting minority, and we are the silent. And this is
Yeah.
crazy. This is crazy. I think we don't, and we need to realize more how much power we have, and we shouldn't go be laid back and just let everything happen. Come on, what's going
No,
on?
no, no. We have a voice. We have
Yeah,
and we have a very strong energy. And the thing is, if you're not following Dinges yet, please follow him.
please
Check
do.
out Silent Warriors. I think there's also a website, right?
No, the website is coming. We only got a web shop that's connected to my company, but the
All
Silent
right.
Warriors, silentwarriors.nl is coming up in the next couple of weeks. The basic site, and the rest will be a new platform with a huddle and the same we can do on Telegram right now. We go to
All right.
create on our own website, so we are not dependent anymore on Telegram, TikTok, and all, because I believe within 1.5 years all this stuff is gone.
Oh yeah. And we talked
Yeah,
about it briefly before. I do
yeah,
the podcast now since December, a little bit more like I do it now. Go to work,
yeah,
come back, have a good guest, and have a great talk. The funny thing is, I'm still on YouTube, so I edit my videos all by myself, put it on
yeah,
YouTube. Nothing happens because I got like 150 or 160 followers.
yeah,
Same goes with Spotify, Apple Music.
yeah,
I still have a drastic amount every single week when I do a podcast.
yeah.
So, but it's not like, oh my God, this guy is going to rule the world. You know what I mean?
No,
But the thing is, I know that one day I will hit that target that they will say, all right,
for
stop
sure.
talking.
Yeah,
We're going to take
yeah,
it all off.
yeah,
So today I was talking with a Dutch guy who does pot home.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, pot home it's called, I think. And it's a platform where you can, it's decentralized and stuff like that. It's encrypted, so that there's
yeah,
a open source behind it.
yeah.
I never could get shut down. And that's one
No,
of the things we have to see. The thing is, when you are at school and you have to get picked up when you're doing dodgeball or whatever, you
yeah,
got
yeah,
all these people that they were lined up, and
yeah,
always should pick the good ones,
yeah,
and there were also a lot of people left behind, but these are most of the times the diamonds in the rust, that could throw a ball
yeah,
just like so hard because they were so aggressive and so
yeah,
frustrated about life. So, and
yeah,
that's what we have to do. We have to combine our our mindset that we all have about a better world, about the future of our children, the future of ourselves,
mhm.
freedom. We have to connect together and just do it. Just like you
Yeah.
said when you hopped on a podcast, just do it.
The biggest problem I think in life is that we aren't connected anymore. my rhythm every day. I tell this every day to the people I talk in the group with, on my lives, in my videos. The biggest thing that I think is my big pro in life. When I wake up every morning, I stand in front of the mirror. I'm telling myself, okay, this is the stuff I'm going to do today, and I'm going to do it through my standards. Then I go out walking with my dog, always like 1 hour, 1.5 hours. From the moment I walk out of the door, everybody I come across, I watch him, look at him in the face till they look at me. And they say, good morning. And then I walk, and again, next one, good morning, every time again. After 10 or 15 minutes, people are going to watch me and telling me good morning. So it's the other way around. So I'm manifesting my energy to them, and I'm connecting with them. So this way, I always start my day in the most positive way you can think about, because I manifested in front of the mirror what my day is going to be. Then I go outside every day and I start positive. I'm walking, I'm working on my health. I'm walking with my dog. People are watching me. I'm saying good morning, and the energy I give them, I get back. And every time again, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, people are watching me and telling me good morning. So it's the other way around, because I'm radiating the love I want to give them. And it's coming back to me every time, every day. The days I don't do it, I drank too much the day before and just stay in bed. But you got the bad days also. But really, the day I don't do it, it's a bad day for me, because my energy is low. I don't feel my frequency is low. Yeah, you know what I mean with this. So if people start doing this anymore, a little more, connect every day. Connect with people. Just go onto the streets.
Say hi.
Just say hi. Just why not? What's the worst thing that could happen? They don't say hi back. Well, you know what I do when someone is watching me and looking at me directly? I'm walking back and telling, hey, I said good morning to you. Oh, sorry. Good morning. I never had someone getting mad at me. Never. Not even once. A bad face and a bad look, I got. But always, okay, but why are you saying good morning to me? I don't even know you. It doesn't matter? No, it doesn't matter. I wish you a good day. I hope you wish me a good day too. If you explain it like this, people, oh, thanks, man. That's nice. Oh, there are even people still doing this. Yeah, there's still people doing this. Why not? We should all be doing this. Just say hi. Well, it costs nothing.
I made a post about that like a few weeks ago, just like when I'm working in a forest and I'm living in a small village, I always say hi.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't say hi back, there's something in the surface, under the surface, that's frustrates them, or they're dealing with some stuff, or probably they're a psychopath, or a serial killer. Right?
There are psychopaths in this world, yeah.
But the thing is, in this world, I think, just like you said, we have to connect more. We have to let loose of all the stuff that's been put it up in our rucksack. What about your politics? Is it left or right? Is it black or white? Is it day or night? No, it's the weather. It's politics. It's just a game. It's a belief system, whatever. That's it. But all what we have is connected to each other. What they did a few years ago, it's just like 1.5 meters, 6 feet. It's exactly the same vibration as your
the good
heart
energy is also not there. Yeah. All the stuff they was created so we can't fill each other with goodness anymore. Also, we have to think about this. This is very important. The 1.5 meters, if someone's got good energy, you don't feel it anymore also. So you get more and more and more isolated, so they can influence you even easier every day. If you keep people in their own environment, in their own mind, they can let you do everything, really everything.
And the funny thing is, I was thinking about it just before the shit hit the fan. There was a yellow vest protesting in Paris. There were a lot of little fires in Europe where I was thinking like, people are waking up. People are, fed up with all the shit that they're trying to tell us and sending us.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we were thinking like, me with my girlfriend, just like, what the hell would be their next plan? And then all of a sudden it hit it, just like, that's it, man. Oh, now the shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
I really like that period because on Fridays, just before we had lockdowns, I was struggling and dealing with a burnout. After
Yeah,
a year, I had a surgery, bad surgery, blah blah
yeah,
blah. I, I I had a burnout, and then my girlfriend asked me on Saturday, Rob, what do you want? And I said, I want everyone to shut the fuck up and that the world stops.
yeah.
And she calls me like two
So it's
hours
your
later.
fault
She
then.
said, yes, probably. Yeah, yeah. You can manifest a lot of things, my friend. But she
I
said,
know.
Rob, oh, you got to be careful what you wish for because you know
Yeah,
what? I was living upstairs from a pub, from a cafe, and she rang me. She said, you know what you said just like a few hours ago? I said, yeah. She said, they're all going to get home. I said, no way. Yeah, they're going to close the shit. There's going to
yeah,
be a lockdown.
yeah.
It was the most beautiful period in my life, to be honest with you.
You know, there are also positive things what came out of it. I think because people got to learn themselves better, to know themselves better. A lot of
True.
relationships stopped, and then because you weren't used to being home together all day, and then you really see the stuff that people do the way they are. I think a lot of relationships went to the better because people split up because it's crazy. Then you see you have to be more in contact with you. If your contact with your own being isn't okay, isn't good, then you can live with someone else close to you every day, day in, day out. Same thing with your children. You have to teach the children to depend on themselves before they can depend on another. I think
Right.
that's an important lesson we learned from this period. I think nature went to the better also. Eh? I don't believe in climate change, but the thing we did see, I think everybody did see, the water was cleaner, there were more birds, the air was cleaner. So a couple of good
Yeah.
things were there, but climate change is a whole different game. It's a whole
Oh
new
yeah.
economy. It's a whole new economy, my friend. This,
Oh, it's another milking cow, you know. You
yeah,
can make money out of it, and you
yeah,
have to pay, by the way.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I think there is today. Sorry, I think it's today that there was an article coming out that people that have a lot of solar panels have to pay
yeah.
to get the energy back.
So
You
you
know,
give
that's
free energy, give it to them, so they can sell it again, and you have
yeah.
to pay for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you
So
have
you
to
have
pay
like
when you're breathing.
$25,000 like a year ago. You
Yeah,
put some channels on your roof because you got subsidized and stuff like that. Just like, oh, I'm doing good for the environment. Oh, my meter is going down. I don't have to pay that much to all the big companies. And all of a sudden, oh, you have energy.
yeah,
We will take it back, and here's the invoice. It's like,
yeah,
oh, wait a minute. I
yeah.
knew that before, but
Yeah, but this is the way the world works with everything. It really
yeah,
is because everything you do, you have to pay for. Actually, if you think about it, if we breathe, we have to pay for it because CO2, carbon, stikstof in the Netherlands is what we breathe, my friend. So everything we do, taking a breath, is costing us money every day. When you wake up,
yeah.
every day you open your eyes, okay, everything you do from now on is costing you money. Every step you take, the rubber on your
Yeah.
shoes, everything is costing you money. Everything.
Yeah. And that's
Crazy,
that's the
huh?
craziest part. Even if you see how many millions and billions the big corporations make to invest it back into nature, into better stuff. No, 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 no. You
Yeah,
gotta pay. You,
yeah,
me,
yeah,
everyone except the big companies. And that's what I'm really, really frustrated and mind-boggling about. What would you do if you have like 500 million? That's a lot of money. But okay, I would do this and that and that. Okay, but
yeah,
what if that tomorrow is going to be 600 million or 1 trillion? How much money do you need to, you can change the world with a few millions. You can change the world with a few euros. When I walk down the street, we were talking about it before in the car, when I was in the car.
yeah,
When I say I'm broke, but I'm hungry,
yeah.
probably you can't solve the problem of me
No,
being broke, but
no.
you can solve the problem of feed me some food, you know,
Of course.
get a burger, or here you got some bananas or stuff like that. So it's all in the little game to change for a big game, and you need little steps to get to the big goal. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. Oh, I want to get out of the matrix, but it's going to cost me so much money. I have a stupid job, I have children, blah blah blah. No. It starts within yourself. First of all, loving yourself. That's better. That's the benefit for your children, for your husband, or for your wife, whatever relation you have. When you don't love yourself and truly know yourself, you're going to be fucked up.
Yeah.
When I was in my burnout period, I had to face myself every single day in the mirror. And then all of a sudden I came across myself, and I just looked at me and said, "Hi, I'm Rob.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you?
I can
What do you
relate to it.
want?"
Yeah.
And that's something that we have to realize. Who are you? What are you?
Yeah, but
If you know that
even
and you love that,
yeah, even
going,
everything you think about every day. You think about this. Every thought you get is coming from somewhere. And if you want to be more connected to yourself, you have to think about, why do I think this? And why is this thought coming to me? And why didn't I do something with it before? And this step I'm going to take, this is the solution, but why do I think this is the solution? Think about your thoughts more. It's going to get you more connected to you. Everything you say, sometimes you say stuff and you think, oh, why did I say it? It's coming from somewhere. So you have to be more focused on why you think stuff, why you say things, why you do stuff. ADHD people do a lot of stuff from an emotion, from a moment or whatever. Yeah, boom, yeah. Danger mode operates faster than the brain. I love that. Yeah. I love that.
Oh, man.
And think about this also. Money is just a form of energy we need to use to live the life we need to live at this time. But there is a day, and it's coming soon. We don't have money anymore. We can use it. If you go back in time, everything you need is in nature. So there is someone somewhere in history that thought about something. It's like, okay, this is my land. I own this. There's a deer on my land, and if people want to eat, they have to pay me for the deer. But what are they going to pay me? So this evaluated into what the system we have right now. And you have to think about another thing. If you know the big people in this world, I think the Rothschilds are part of it. How much money these guys have. If they would share all their money with all of us in the world, with all the 8 billion, we all would be millionaires, my friend. We all would be millionaires. And we should all think about why these people have that much money and we have to do it with this much. And who are they to say that we have to do it like this? Come on. We don't have to ignore why we are the minority. But why are we the minority? Because we let them. But the minority is 7.8 billion, and the 200 or the 2 million minorities who are really the minority are controlling us. And why are we letting them? I don't understand it.
I never understand that. And that's good why there's something like the silent warriors, because we touch base on topic on a lot of that stuff in the Telegram group. And even things that you never thought about, you know, is been shared. It's going to be about your wealth, your medicine, the pharma industry, how the government works. I mean, in the Netherlands, there are still children been taken away without any good damn reason.
The children, my friend, this is a hot topic for me.
Yeah, I know, but I want to bring it up because we have to talk about it, because when we silence these things, it's been shut it down. We have to keep on talking about that stuff, because otherwise it's like being silent, and we don't want to be silent about it. There are
The
people.
term silent warrior, my friend, isn't about being silent. It's about sharing information and making a big front so we can all be connected and linked around the world, and so we can make a stand. This one, not across from each other, next to each other, and making a link. That's it. That's the one. And the most important thing we should remember is that we don't want to. We are looking away from the problem. Israel, Gaza, Ukraine, Russia, everywhere around the world, the border of Mexico to America, thousands of children, every minute, thousands of children disappear into the porn world, into child trafficking, into organ trafficking. It's like what is it? 680 billion in industry. It's the biggest industry worldwide. It's crazy.
It's so sick. It's so sick. People don't realize that it's real.
No.
And just like you said, you got this snooze button. You wake up and you hear something and don't pay attention, don't pay attention. No. I had the same with some other topics. Don't pay attention, don't pay attention. And all of a sudden you wake up just like, oh, wait a minute. Why is this coming on my radar all the time?
Yeah.
What the hell is going on there? So I figured it out. And I was subjective. A long time I was a frustrated, angry young man.
Yeah.
And everything that popped up on Facebook, I had just like, the veins like popping up.
I understand. Yeah.
And then after the burnout, I went into like a Zen monk, hippie, skinhead, rock and rolling motherfucker, but with an objective mindset. Just like, oh, wait a minute. I think Guido, what's the Dutch cabaret?
Guido Wijers?
Guido Wijers, he pointed out when the MH17 happened, this is what they want to tell you on the media.
Yeah.
But he figured out the real footage of what happened when they went to the camp, to the people that saw the plane coming down, like the guerrillas or whatever they were. So there was a completely different story. And when you switch that knob for yourself, and everything that you see is just like, hold on, wait a minute. Do I want to get into that? Is it transparent? Is it just like, okay, this is what it is? Or is it just like, oh, this could be a truth and that could be a truth.
Yeah.
What's my own plausible truth? And do I have to share it with other people?
I think you do. I think you do have to share every time when you are in doubt of something. You have to talk about it, because probably everybody around you has got the same doubts, but nobody is talking about it. So it will never manifest in something that will come out and the truth will be there. The biggest problem is we are this much asleep. I think the Netherlands is one of the countries that is asleep the most, because the media has got control of everything here. The government and the media are one big controlled. My mind is going crazy when I talk about it, because people don't want to see it a lot of times. So when I talk about the people about the toeslagen affair, it's a great example about the children that have disappeared. Come on, if you know and you see on the news that the government is guilty of 1,600 children that just disappeared, is guilty about 600 young kids just murdered themselves because they couldn't handle it anymore. Hundreds of thousands of people who are living with nothing for like 15 to 20 years. And we all watch it in the news and we're like, okay, it's bad for them. And we go on. I'm like, okay, come on, people. You know, the government is just tricking you in every little thing. And we just like go on with everything and you don't do nothing about it. And this is because the media is controlling us pretty well here. If everybody speaks out, the doubts you just talked about, if it even is to the dog, it's next to you on the couch, just speak out. Talk to your neighbors. Did you see the program? Yeah. Oh, what do you think? I don't have a good feeling about it. Oh, you too. Oh, I didn't want to talk to anybody about it, but we should. We should talk about everything. Everything we don't feel good about, we don't feel zen, We talk about it, but we just disconnected with everything. So we disconnected with this too. And disconnection, we need to get back, and fast. We need to get it back. So
Exactly.
now we are talking about it in a group. Everybody's talking about it, and you have to try and keep talking about it on your platform, on my platform, everywhere. When you walk on the streets, when you see someone looking into a window, and you see that there's doubt in their eyes, what's going on? Tell me. Just do it. Just walk up to someone. Just ask him, "Can I help you? Are you okay?" If we do this stuff more, why don't we? We just walk across each other. We don't even look at each other. We just ignore everything. You go into your home again. You go and watch the fucking television again. Sorry for the words. and you get brainwashed again. You walk into the supermarket. You get brainwashed again because all the signs are there that are telling you have to buy this. You have to buy this. You go home. You eat it. You get cancer. It's like this, my friend. It's crazy actually. That we all go in, we go with the flow, and we should be like, oh, come on, we're not doing it anymore. Come on.
Right. And if you don't feel comfortable about walking to another person and tell him how he is or whatever, you know what magic is? If you go to a grocery store or a supermarket, just smile.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if you walk across the aisle from the supermarket and you just smile, people, even if they're like like the dumb fucks walking around with a black mirror in front of them, when they look up, they smile. Maybe it's a little bit uncomfortable for them, but hey, when I walk down, and not always, but the most of the times I try to be aware of it. When I walk down the supermarket, and when I do that, all of a sudden the whole thing changes. Just like you said, when you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror and just like, oh, I'm making a beautiful day today. You put across, hi, good morning, good morning. It's changing everything around you. We are a tutorial field, we're all energy. And once we realize that, what you feed grows. That's so simple.
I always smile, my friend.
Oh,
I always smile. When I go out, I always sometimes we need to be more focused on how we go outside, how we do our things, what do I radiate to other people. And you just said the right words. It's a good energy or a bad energy. I just explained a nice story for I think a week ago in one of my lives. I talked about a house of mirrors. You know this theory, the house of mirrors.
Yeah.
There are two dogs, an angry dog and a happy dog. And they are standing before the house of mirrors. And the dogs watch each other, look at each other. And the happy dog is watching the bad, angry dog. What's going on? I'm having a bad day. And okay, you go in the house of mirrors. And the angry dog goes in the house of mirrors. And he comes out, he's even more angry and shouting and this and that. Fuck off. And I'm never going in there again. So the happy dog is thinking, okay, I will go in too. And he's going in. And a couple of minutes later, he's coming out even more happy, smiling. Hey, good morning, talking to everybody. And the trick is, the house of mirrors is you. And the house of mirrors is me also. When I walk into you on the streets, I'm the house of mirrors for you, and you're the house of mirrors for me. If you're angry and you're walking up to me, and I'm walking up to you, and I'm smiling with a big smile, and you are looking angry, only thing I need to do is give my energy to you. And you can see it, my friend. If you look at me and I look at you, we can give the positive energy to other people. This is the house of mirrors. You are the house of mirrors. The mirror is you. When you walk to the mirror in the morning and at night before you go to bed, and when you come out of bed in the morning, that mirror is what you will radiate all day to other people. And if you're smiling and if you're happy, you will get smiling and happiness back to you. If you're cranky, and whatever, everybody's going to look at you like you're a piece of shit. And you are, because you're radiating, you're a piece of shit with an angry face. That's what you're showing them. So they won't be nice to you. Everybody hates me. Yeah. Funny, huh? That's the way you look at them. If you're always mad, people will get mad to you also.
Right. Dinges, you were a few weeks back. You were at Jaguar's house, right, in Spain?
Yeah.
Did you have some good experiences there?
can't talk about it. Yeah, we
Then
did
we
it.
skip that.
Yeah, we did a couple of good things. We had a couple of big walks. I love to walk into the mountains and just feel nature. And we talked about a lot of things. We talked about the things we wanted to do in the future together. We wanted to do something like retreats with mindfulness and ayahuasca and kambo. So these are travel things that we are going to try to get people to open their mind up and try to connect to themselves this way with ayahuasca training and kambo training. You know both of them. You talked to Jaguar before.
Yeah.
And trips with spiritual awakening. So
wow.
So these are the things we talked about, and there's a lot more coming. I can't tell everything now, but
okay.
we need to do this again together with Jaguar, and then we can tell a bit more. Because if we tell everything now, everybody will already know, and it's somebody else's go with the idea.
Exactly.
But there are a lot of good stuff.
I spoke to Jaguar just briefly, just quite a while ago, and he said, I'm going to be in part 2 also from this organized production. So keep up the good thing with Jaguar. Yeah. That brings me to the point. I did Campo and ayahuasca yet, but
start with Choco Bliss.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to start with that. Well, I did a lot of other things though.
Yeah.
Like DMT, LSD, mushrooms, psilocybin, stuff like that. What is your experience of that? Because you were in the party scene, weren't you?
Yeah, I had a couple of years where I didn't treat myself too well. Do I want to tell this? Yeah, I'm going to do it. I was a DJ. I told you before we went to record the podcast, and I was traveling around Europe, around the world, to Ibiza, and you see a lot of stuff, and you meet a lot of people, and then you see that a lot of people are doing shit. And I grew up with my real father died when I was 3. He died of cancer, and he didn't have a clean life. He was one of the old rockers. You could call it like that. Drank a lot, used a lot of drugs. Cocaine was coming in these years. I'm from 77, so in the end of the 60s, cocaine was coming to the Netherlands and all of the other stuff. My father was an alcoholic. He beat my mom. So until I was 3, I just saw stuff that you don't want to see when you're younger. Then he died, and I think till I was 28, I didn't drink one drop of alcohol. Not one drop, because I always heard the stuff from my family about how my father was. My mother was really afraid that I would get the same problems that he did. I didn't really mind drugs. I was always like, okay, let everybody else do it. I'm sober. I'm fine. It's okay for me. And when I got a little bit older and I saw all the people doing the good stuff, I thought like, okay, let's try it once. So I tried ecstasy the first time. That was, I think, when I was 23, 24. The first time that I did something that was out of my comfort zone. The first thing I thought when it kicked in, okay, shit, if I do this every day, I like it too much. I would get hooked. I would get hooked instantly. So I thought like, okay, I'm not going to do that. But I smoked a joint from 14, 15 till 11 years ago. Then I quit this. But I had one black period in my life because a couple of people around me died and a lot of stuff happened, and I experienced cocaine, and I got hooked on it pretty bad. I think there were 3 years. I did it daily from waking up till going to bed. Then I had 4 years that I was trying to ignore the problem. So in total 7 years, and then I just quit from one day to another, and I just wanted to change my life, and I wanted to do the good stuff again, because my connection with me was gone also, and I didn't want that. I didn't want to lose the real connection with me. I wanted it back. I want to feel me. I want to be me, and I wasn't that guy anymore. I lost my girlfriend through it. A lot of stuff that wasn't, it's just bad. If It's an addiction. And the problem in the world we live in, you got a real problematic addiction when you need to steal for it or whatever, then they're going to help you. But I got enough money, I could pay for it, was no problem. But the problem is that you lose connection with everything, and every day you lose a bit more with your family, with your children, with your brothers, with your sisters, your friends. You just live a lonely life, and I just didn't want it anymore. So I quit with everything one day to another, and I never felt better. I have to admit, it's not like I won't do it ever again, because I know I'm strong enough and I can handle it, and I know I can quit it and I don't need it. But this part of my life, I needed it to come through every day, give every day. Yeah.
Right. Thanks for sharing, because it's, for a lot of people, it's very hard to also share the deeper parts and the blacker periods in life.
I know.
I told you that on 2018 I was getting a surgery because I had for the third time an inflammation and a perforation of my intestines.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because I was a core, like a student in the church or stuff like that. It was like sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah.
And one day that lifestyle took a toll on me. And just like you said, I will admit I'm still having a good time sometimes.
Yeah.
The way that
you have to enjoy life still,
now, yeah, and I'm still a human, you know what I mean? The way that I drank in the early days, it was like, just like drinking to get fucked up and drunk and wasted.
Yeah.
Now I drink my beer, sometimes more than one.
Yeah.
But the way it's balanced. And sometimes, okay, when there's a nice party, I could do some stuff that's not like beer and whatever. And
something else.
What that would be. But that's a complete different setting, different mindset, and I know what to expect with my body, what's happening to it. When I'm doing podcasting, I can be, fucked up about something, because when I have like a big party yesterday, a lot of booze and stuff like that, and we're doing a podcast right now, I'm going to struggle up my words. I'm going to sweat like hell.
Just like I'm doing in English right now.
Well, next time we do
it. Next time we do it in Dutch. It's probably more open, because this is good that we do it in English, because it's nice to have the English guys also could listen into the podcast. But I think in your native language, you talk more free, and you don't have to think about everything you say every time. So, but I understand what you're saying. When you go to a party and the next day it's all blocked more in your mind. Everything it's not okay sometimes, huh?
No, and but it's something that when I was young, when you had the Mitsubishis and the Playboys and the little pills, the good stuff.
The triangles. I remember them, the blue ones. Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, a complete world opened up. But of course, back in the days, we could drive a car, smoke a joint, have a beer, and nothing happened. Even when you got into police control or stuff like that, probably you could get away with it.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
these days not. No, you can't. No.
It's like Herman Brood, everybody knew that he was a junkie. He could get away with it every single time with the booze.
Even on live television.
Even on live television. And Theo van Gogh, of course, he did it also.
Just only think about just only think about what they got hanging over him, because they could control him and let it happen, because these guys, if they could do this on national television, let's think about what all the stuff behind the scenes is. I think that's a big thing. About alcohol, I almost never drink alcohol. I think like 4 or 5 times a year I go out with friends, and then I drink a lot. But most of the year I don't even think about it, because I know it intoxicates.
Society drug. It's the biggest society drug that fucks a lot of things up.
Yeah, but I feel my whole system, my whole body is in remorse for 2-3 days. I'm like, what the hell did you do to me? Yeah, because it's just toxic. And the biggest problem is, why is it legal? Because you can find it on every corner of the street. Everybody drinks. And you should look at the numbers in addictions, in alcohol. It's crazy. And everybody's like, no, the problem is the drugs. No, the problem isn't the drugs. I think 75% of all the addictions, people are known addicts, it's alcohol. It's alcohol.
Even the death
Yeah.
statistics from alcohol abuse is so tremendous high. Even
Yeah, it's going to the roof.
almost every sickness that you can get it, because alcohol, a lot of people don't know that alcohol is also sugar.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
processed sugar.
Sugar based. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it's really funny, just like you said, because we got nicotine, we got caffeine, we got
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah.
When the government says this is okay to have, just like you said in the front,
Yeah.
look away, take the other stuff.
Yeah, this way. Yeah. Yeah. When they want you to look left, look right. That's the only tip I give to everybody. When they tell you it's a problem here, then it's probably at the other side. You have to look and have to investigate. But I think the most and the biggest problem is for everyone. We just got used that they can tell us what to do, and we're okay with it. But the biggest problem
And we
is
have
coming.
the blinders on.
Yeah, but why?
That's the craziest thing, because when I was young and when I was going to the pub, like 15, 16 years old, that was not something like, oh my God, that was something normal. But the older people, the older guys were looking at you just like, hey, wait a minute, don't you get a little bit too drunk? Should we bring you home?
Yeah.
Nowadays, they're going to be a TikTok or YouTube. Look how fucked up he is.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
that's something wrong with society, because it's not cool. You have to support each other, and you have to see, just like, oh my God, he just drank too much, which can happen. But support him instead of making fun of him and stuff like that, or her, because it's not like based on gender. Everybody gets fucked up in this time.
Yeah, but I think the biggest problem now is when you see the younger guys and the younger girls now, they're going out, they're going to the club. Everybody is going to somebody's home. They're just going to drink till they drop already. Then they go into the club. But why? Yeah, because the prices are crazy. But it's a different mindset. When we go out, when we did go out years ago, we go to the club and drink there. And when somebody drank too much, you say, hey, my buddy, come on, we need to go home or whatever. But they only encourage each other these days to do more. And I don't understand this, because you don't even understand the risk when you do that.
And the drugs are not 100% good stuff. Like we talked about the Playboys and the Mitsubishis, all that stuff. That was like three things, chemicals that everyone danced on the whole world, from this area, Limburg and Brabant.
Yeah,
still
everywhere.
Ferry, the on Netflix, Ferry Bouwman, on the cover. But the thing is, when they restricted the source, they came out with other stuff that really fucks you up, And even with the weed, we were smoking the purple weed that we grow ourselves. Nowadays, if you go to a coffee shop, the THC level is not like 10, 15. It's like 80 to 90%,
Yeah, sky high.
It's sky high. It's sky high.
Yeah.
Did you ever thought that this group, Silent Warriors, were getting so big within a few weeks?
No. Yeah. No. Yes and no, because I talked to Jaguar about the same when I was there. I always go on my gut feeling. We were doing stuff together for, I think, maybe 2 years, and I was doing my kind of videos. He was doing his kind of videos. He specialized in some stuff. I'm specialized in some. I'm more like media, politics, history. He is more the spiritual guy, masculinity, feminist, more female stuff. He's the guy who's more the spiritual side, and we were talking about stuff, and I was telling to him we are going to do more in the future, and he was telling me, yeah, I think we are, but we have to see the moment. I got a gut feeling one day. I woke up and I was like, okay, this is the time. We have to open up the group, and I'm going to go full throttle. And within the first 4 weeks, I thought, oh my God, 1,300 people. even in one weekend, I think 300 new members. And now we are on 2,500 or something. And daily there's coming new people. But we can see a little stagnation in my holidays when I went away 2 weeks ago. And then the days after that, we saw a little drop down. And now I see it going up again because I'm constantly online again, talking to people, more lives, more this, more that. You see the numbers go up again. And there's one downside with it. I get 300-400 messages a day.
Oh, shit.
Online, on Telegram, on TikTok, on YouTube, email. Man, I'm sometimes, and I can't even, I can't answer them all. But I try. I really try to tell everybody something. And the good thing that's coming out of it is there are a couple of messages you read directly because you got a feeling with it. There's the same gut feeling, and there's a new connection. Same thing with you. Same thing with a couple of guys of the moderators. The moment we spoke on the phone, we knew there was a connection, isn't it? I got the same with the moderators in the group also. I had the same with Jaguar also. People come on your path, and there's a reason why it is. Today I had a call with Karim. It's a guy from Morocco. He lives here in the Netherlands. He sent me a couple of messages over a couple of weeks. And I told him, we're going to make a call. Oh, really? Yeah, oh, great. I think we called for like 1 hour and talked about everything, like his religion, the way I look at things. There's a reason we meet these people. And this connection, this real connection we get with people every day, this is the reason we started the group. This is the reason we are growing this fast, because it's real. When you see me here on the screen, or if I'm in the studio with you, doesn't matter. It's the same guy you see, the same guy you talk about. There's no restrictions, Everybody who isn't who they say they are, they drop through directly. When you see them face to face, you're just a fucking, this is the way it works.
Smile a phony from a mile away.
Yeah,
that's what a lot of people think, and especially now with the well, not blaming them, but with the new generation, they have a boring, frustrating, irritating life. But as soon as the camera pops on, just like,
hey,
Just I think that was really funny. A few months ago, there was this guy who was posting like, "Oh, look at my mansion, blah blah blah." It was here in the Netherlands.
Look
and
my
then
muscles, look my car.
Yeah, look at my car and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, the owner of the house comes out, just like, "What the fuck are you doing on my property?" With like, "Oh, sorry."
I know who you mean.
Guy,
I know who you mean. I saw it. Was this a black guy with rastas?
I think I don't know. Yeah. But he was just like, "Oh, look at me, my mansion, look at my cars and stuff like that." And this guy comes out just like, "What are you doing with my property? And what are you doing on my property?" Just like, oh, sorry. But this guy was going live, so everybody saw the fake, and he was just kicked out of the land,
He's falling through directly online. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
that's
authenticity is important. I think when you do what we do, when you do what you do, you have to be authentic and you have to be real. Everything we see online, and people don't even realize this most of the time, especially the younger people. I see it in my daughter's 21, my youngest. Everything she's doing is, she's watching a phone. Oh, look at this, look at this. And I tell her, come on, baby. You know it's not real. It's not the life they live. It's all paid and bought for. It's all paid by companies that just want to sell the product. It's all paid by pharmaceutical companies that just want to make money out of you. It's not real. It's all fake. It's all one big play, what you're watching. The world is a stage and you're not on it. I think that's a great expression. And it's sorry?
Digital prostitution.
Yeah, it is, but it's playing mind games.
I'm aware of it too, just like as I said, yesterday I was going live for one of the first times on TikTok because I followed the Gen X train, and all of a sudden just like, holy shit, I got 1,500 to 1,700 followers. I can go live. What the fuck? I'm 51 years old, What should I
It's a whole new experience.
Yeah, but I got 415 people in it. Yeah. And I got badges and stuff like this, like, oh, wow, it feels good. But the thing is, just like I said in the beginning of the podcast, they spread out this technology. Even Zoom, it was set up just before everything was locked down, that everybody could connect to each other and stuff like that. all over the world. You know, you could stay at home and you can do your stuff. Your boss is controlling you via the camera, just like, is he productive enough and stuff like that. But the thing is, when we do stuff like this, you know, on a podcast or on TikTok or YouTube, whatever platform you are, and you're telling about the stuff that you hate or the stuff that you come across or your opinion, then you connect to people, and that's the strong thing that they didn't knew, and they screwed up all the time. You know, every single conspiracy or critical thinking.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a bridge too far. And after a few years, oh yeah, they were right. Okay, can we continue with the rest of the stuff from today? Because
Yeah.
we fucked up, we screwed up.
Yeah, but the biggest problem of today is, I think, really that every time someone stands up and tells something different than what they want to tell, the narrative they want to show us, and someone is telling another narrative that there could be a possibility that something could be different, it's a conspiracy. This guy is dangerous because he's talking about this. This guy is getting dangerous. That girl is dangerous. It's all the time people are telling the truth. They're put away like they're dangerous, conspiracy theorists, whatever.
Yeah.
And this is really a problem in the world we live in today, because most of the people, they take it for true also. Oh, he's dangerous. Yeah, some people are dangerous. But when you get so much evidence every time again, every day again, you should be thinking about the stuff that's going on.
Right.
Why do we accept it that someone else is going to be put down as a bad guy? Why do we accept that even when someone does that? We are laughing at programs on the television like Boulevard. We got in the Netherlands, RTL Boulevard. I know you know it from the past. I don't watch it anymore.
Yeah.
We are feeling good by the pain of someone else who's on television, who they are talking about and telling bad stuff about and laughing about. Yeah, he's a funny guy, or Andre Hazes Jr. For years, this guy, they follow this guy. It's all gossip, and gossip we feed on. Why? Come on,
that's a good question.
Quit doing that. Why do we need to feed on the pain of other people? We need to feed on the happiness of other people and give happiness back. That's what we need to feed on, not the problems of somebody else. Good television is the pain of someone else.
Yeah, but that's so screwed up from this this time. It's not a generation based. We grew up with the A-Team. They were shooting, cars were flying in the air, explosions, and everybody was happy because everybody was alive.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you have to show the news what's happening. You know, the stuff that we see now on the television. Well, I don't see it, but people see it. In the early days, like 20 years ago, they were painting like this is the Gaza, and here's a bomb exploded. You know, with a dot.
And now we see the real.
Show you the stuff. And just like you said with the media, with social media, everything is fake. So think about it. When this little level is fake, how about the biggest levels? You know, about the media, the news, the things that they bring out. Just like it's all fear mongering. It's all about fear based. Like, oh, watch out this and watch out that. And the thing is, what's your take on this most new thing that brought it out? I saw it today about this really enthusiastic, very cozy, nice, warm feeling minister president that they bring out in the Netherlands.
You know one thing
Isn't
for
he
sure.
Adorable? Isn't he adorable?
You know one thing for sure. If people don't understand it right now, with this guy going to be minister president of the Netherlands, people like this with a history like his get this kind of power in police states. And what I'm saying right now, people should think about. Look at the world and look at the world and the way some countries are did have some politicians and people with a lot of power. They had a history, and Netanyahu is a perfect example for this also. His whole history is about Zionism. It's about I'm the one who's telling you if you can live or not. I'm the one who's telling you if you can live in this house or not. This guy
Talmud.
is going. This is the next step in the agenda for the Netherlands. The Netherlands is already solved. The Netherlands is already solved. There's nothing happening anymore. So we got a big problem with this. And this guy, we have to see what happens. But every step is that we have seen in the politics in the Netherlands went to this. Plaster, the guy who wanted to be Mr. President before, he would be a better one because he got no agenda. He's writing columns. Probably he's controlled also, but he's got a better agenda, a better mindset, whatever. But this guy, he worked for the AIVD, the NCTV in the Netherlands, that are government-controlled companies. He made decisions to control people, to watch people, to listen to in people's phone calls, using the cameras of the computers. And this is going to be our next Minister President.
In the early days.
Yeah. So we have a problem, I think.
And he's a big friend of Deming.
Yeah, Deming and the children, huh?
There you are. And that's the it's hide in plain sight all the time, people. It's hide in plain sight. The only thing is, what are we going to do about it? So,
and the only thing we can do, my friend, is just keep telling people that it's happening right in front of them and they don't even see it. The only thing we can do.
Bring it up.
Yeah,
that's
because
why I want to bring it up.
It's a good thing you brought up your Mr. Deming. We got in the Netherlands, we got the Black Umbrellas. Black Umbrellas is a group of people that are protesting, silent protesting with cases of missing children who have been raped, gone missing, disappeared, got killed, whatever. This Deming guy is just, he's the next level. He's the next level. And we call it the doofpot affair in the Netherlands. I don't even know what the English word is, but they want to silence everything. They want to do not want us to see stuff like this. But for the people who are listening to this in the Netherlands, one thing I want to give to you. If it's been on the news and you accepted it, it's even crazier because it's been on the news everywhere that politics just covered it up. It covered it up. That's the way for the doofpot affair.
Exactly.
Pizzagate, all the things that were in the media, and everything happened in front of your eyes, and you didn't condemn it. You didn't condemn it that the government tried to cover up that there's a child molester who does every bad thing with children that you can think about. He's in a high function in the politics in the world, in the Justice Department. It's just crazy that this guy is still walking around freely. It's a bad thing.
The frustrating thing about that is when you look at people watching the news, they see stuff like this, nothing happened.
No.
But when you say tomorrow's going to be 15 degrees instead of 20, oh my God, we planned a trip to Phantasialand, to the Efteling, and that's gonna, oh man, we got rain jackets on, we got the food, and that's what boggles us. And that's why I want to do podcasting about, I'm not saying yes, this is or wrong or this is right, but bring it up, think about it, and just do your investigation. Everybody has Google. Even my mom, uses her telephone to search things up. And we have that little brain to do that. And if somebody
the biggest problem is they trick us into it by doing it out in the open with this stuff like this. And they silence it directly after it. So it's a big bomb. And after that, you don't hear anything about it anymore. But when someone like me is getting a lot of media attention, Andrew Tate, he's a controlled guy. But for example, it's getting milked out for weeks. When I get in the media a lot with the stuff I say, they tell some bad things about me. You're going to hear about it for weeks, maybe months. So they can totally cancel me and burn me down to the ground. But some guy like this is in the news 1 or 2 times, and then it's silent about all over. So it's crazy that we let them do this. We should do this one in Dutch the next time and talk about this, because I know there's a lot of people also in the live right now and people who are waiting for this topic to be talked about a lot, and I know a lot about it. And in English, it's a little difficult to think about all the stuff because I have to think about
Yeah,
more the words that I need to say the right way. The next time we do this podcast, we do it in Dutch, and we can talk about this subject a whole lot more because I know stuff about people. Oh my God, you don't even want to know. We probably couldn't
yeah.
even put it in the air everything I know, but we can cut it into pieces and do it in little pieces once at a time because this is really crazy. And the
Yeah.
Deming guy, my God.
But just like we said, we have to do that, even
Yeah,
if it's going to be consequences for us as humans,
yeah,
that we're going to be shut down or
yeah,
been interrogated by police
yeah,
about the stuff that we say. I
yeah.
mean, we still have a freedom of speech and we still have a voice, but we have to tell other people that are being silenced and don't want to or don't yeah can't talk for themselves, that they are
True,
supported with love
true,
with the
true,
community, no matter what community that you're in. And a lot of people are, and it doesn't matter what background that you have, are telling that already on these platforms, just like, don't have to be care about what your race is, what your religion, whatever. We talked about it
true,
before. Let it
true.
go. We're all
Yeah.
humans and we're trapped in this prison. How do we going to get out? What do you think, Dinges, will be what is your take on the future, and how can we work it out to have a good future?
I think the biggest thing we need to do together is realize that we are human and connect with each other again. And we have to try to stand up every day and reach out to everybody you can reach out to, and you feel a little connection, talk to them, make a connection, put an arm around somebody. When you see somebody who said we need to connect more and more and more because we need to get more people into this project we are doing, your project, my project, all the projects of all the people that are doing the same things. We need to make it larger and larger and larger every day. And not only in the Netherlands, all over the world. We need to connect and
Yeah,
reunite. Because I'm sure of one thing: we are going to win. And I won't sleep and I won't do anything before we reached it. And I told my group also, all the information I shared over the couple of past weeks, months, years, all these informations, you are the next fakkeldragers, how do you call it?
yeah. Torch, torch,
Torch carriers. You are the
torch
guys
carriers,
when
right?
something is happening to me, when they come and get me, the police or whatever, even if I die or they kill me, you got all the information I know. Everything I told you, you can use and do it tomorrow without me. It's no problem that I'm not there. You have to be confident enough to get the same stuff out there. And the most important message for us to give to everyone: reunite, connect, reunite, and grow together, and realize that you are humans and you got the right to everything you wish to have. That's
Right.
the only important thing we have to do.
and,
Connect.
and don't be afraid for the people that are listening to it in the English language. They hear the silent warriors. It's not only for the Dutch people.
No,
There are a lot of
no,
people talking English. There's a lot of
yeah,
documentation which is in English. Don't be
yeah,
afraid to jump on, and together we can
no,
grow this community
yeah,
about awareness, about stuff that you really want to dig into, and just
true.
just share your voice, share your knowledge, and share what you think about stuff,
Share the
because it's
love. That's
all
the
over the
most
world.
important
It's
thing.
copy paste, and
Yeah,
um, and it's a really good thing, because a lot of people feeling isolated. I was
true.
isolated when I was dealing. I have two hearing aids,
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah,
yeah, which makes me a hybrid, I think.
yeah. You're transhuman.
But that's it. Yeah, but that's it. No shit in my head or whatever. But the thing is, when you wake up to some stuff and you dig into that topic and you go down the rabbit holes, you feel very isolated, because the people that you love and carry and support normally, your friends and family and stuff and your colleagues, they say you're crazy, so you don't bring up the topics because you want to, you just want to be in your own isolation about that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people can relate to that. I did a topic about that in my podcast also about isolation.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you're isolated and you hear this little voice, hello, hello, even it's only one voice that hears you,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
maybe sits down with you and said, what's happening with you?
Yeah.
You can share your story. And maybe they disagree with it, but you can agree with each other that you disagree on some
Agree to
topics.
disagree. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Agree to disagree, exactly.
Yeah.
But when you do that, it's gone from your system.
Yeah.
Nowadays, when I feel frustrated or something like that, I just put it out. And sometimes my girlfriend says, "Oh man, why do I listen to this crap?" And I say, "Thank you, because it's out of my system now."
Yeah, yeah. It's gone.
It's gone.
Now I
Yeah.
think I want to say this again, because let them call you crazy. Let them call you crazy. My reaction always is when people tell me, you're crazy, you're thinking stuff like this. It's not reality. It's my reality, and you have to accept it. I think the biggest problem is when you call me crazy, you're just afraid. And I think that's the thing that's most important to tell back to people or give back to people. You're just afraid of the information that I'm giving you. You can't cope with it. But it doesn't tell you that I'm crazy. You can't cope with the information that I can cope with. All this information that I got all through these years is all the information you get in one short, brief moment at once within now and a couple of years. And you can't cope with it because you should have listened to me now. So call me crazy. We will talk again in a couple of years. And if you're going crazy because everything is too much that you get at that time, I will put my arm around you and I won't call you crazy. I will be there for you. That's the most important thing.
And that's the thing. And a lot of people don't want to bring up all the topics that we could talk about, but a lot of people tell me you're crazy. And then I just ask them, what is your belief system? And it's based on indoctrinating. And I let that loose. That is indoctrinating.
Yeah.
I tell them, you know that I'm a guy that I'm spending hours and hours about studying topics.
Yeah.
What do you think that my opinion is based on? It's based on stuff that I read, stuff that I saw.
Yeah.
What's your opinion based on?
Yeah.
Probably that you disagree with me, but you can't back up your own stupid stuff.
No, that's the biggest problem. I think I told you before. When you have the seed planted, the only way the seed is coming to become a flower is when you give it information, and that's the water. And when it gets water, it will sprout and will come out of the ground, and then will become a beautiful thing. And that's the place I'm in. Your place is they told it on the news, so it's probably right. But you don't even know if it is. You don't even think about the stuff they tell you. Maybe they're lying to you. Have you ever thought they don't even think about it? So I love you for calling me crazy. just keep doing it, because I'd rather be crazy knowing stuff and knowing why than know nothing and calling someone else crazy. Let them call you crazy.
I love the phrase from the song "One in a Million" from Guns N' Roses, and the phrase is, "Some say I'm crazy, I'll guess I'll always be."
Yeah.
100%. I rather be like to be the crazy guy. And the funny thing is, a lot of people told me like a few years back, like, oh, what he says, take it with a grain of salt, or that's a lunatic, that's an idiot. But now, when I silence down and not shouting out of the roof like, look at this, and did you know this?
Yeah.
When I'm not doing that anymore, people come to me, hey, what about what you said then and then? What about it? And do you have still the video, or you still have the information? Because somehow it came, in the snooze stand, it all of a sudden, it just
waking up slowly.
Oh, wait a minute. Yep.
Yeah, I see the same with people around me. I lost a lot of people a couple of years ago, especially. Everybody was, oh, what you talking about? You're crazy, and you have to do it for someone else. I only have to live for me. I know I'm fit, I'm healthy. I don't need to do it for you. If you want me to do it for you, just go out of my way. I know that something isn't right with all the stuff that's going on. Why you have to push me into something? I respect you for being you. So if it's so bad for me, I probably die. Well, let me. It's my choice, my free choice. I'm a human. I got the freedom of making my own choices. Why should you push someone? Yeah, that's the most important thing. That's the biggest. We don't have any rules in a group. The most important rule is the next one. You don't have to convince anybody. Let the information do it. So if you're going to start a discussion, I will tell you to stop making it a discussion and accept his standing point. And let him see for himself what he will do with it, with the information you gave him.
Yeah.
And don't try to convince him because just respect each other, but don't try to convince anyone because you won't get him to convince. You can't convince him. He has to do it himself. You have to give him the information and tell him, okay, find out yourself. Because look at it as in a marriage. When you have a discussion with a woman, it just goes worse and worse and worse and worse. And you get in a big fight and you can't convince each other. You just have to convince each other about, okay, we're not on the same page this time. It's okay. That's no problem. But it's a pretty big thing for people to say, okay, it's okay. It's no problem. You have to see the way people look at you and you say, okay, it's your opinion, no problem. This is my opinion. So let's agree to not agree. Exactly. And most of the people just can't do it. They just can't do it because they're used to watching television, people discussing till death.
Jerry Springer.
It's become normal to get in fights or whatever. But I don't even want to. I don't want to lose my good energy on someone who wants to give me bad energy. I say goodbye, thanks. I don't have to talk to you again. It's not a problem that you want to be who you are. It's a problem that you don't want me to be who I am.
Who you are, yeah.
So it's bad energy.
And it's a funny thing. It's a funny thing. There was a investigation or onderzoek.
Yeah.
When people are in love with each other, you just have to look at each other to know what you mean. Like you want food, or look at that guy without saying anything.
Yeah.
So your heart resonates directly as a tutorial field with that person.
Yeah.
But now it comes when you start arguing with each other that you love, you're going to talk louder because the heart feels that you are more disconnected from each other, although you're standing next to each other.
Yeah, it's a natural reaction.
Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah,
I saw something popping up in the in a chat. I think it was Akim. Why would you drink alcohol anyway? And that's a good point. We always have a choice. Yeah. When you go like the normal Dutch work on Friday, they drink a beer, right?
It's
the end of the week.
Friday afternoon drink, is it?
Yeah, but do you have to? It's
no, you don't.
Choice.
Yeah, you don't.
It's not something like you have to drink a beer.
No.
Would you like to drink a beer? Well, I'll take coffee. Oh, but that's dat is een beetje jammer. The funny thing is, if you go to a club with your friends and you order a Coca-Cola, they probably would say, why? Do you have to drive? No, I just want a Coca-Cola. Oh, don't be so boring. Just drink a beer.
Ja, het is niet gezellig.
Het is niet gezellig. Nee, precies. But the funny thing is,
it's true.
If you say, I have a Coca-Cola, and they will say, are you driving back? No, but I have some medicines, and oh, no problem. The next round that they order, they're going to say, oh, 5 beer and 1 Coca-Cola for Rob because he is on medication.
Medication, like
no problem.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
What the fuck, people?
Yeah.
Can I have a choice to drink? Oh, let me have a Coca-Cola. Can I have a coffee?
No, this is also the system. This is the system that made us this way. The system taught us to do bad things, that's normal. And to do not bad things, that's crazy. When you talk about the logical stuff, what was logical for years, when you go to 10 years back in time, all the logical stuff about when there's a war, you want freedom, it's gone. All the logical stuff is gone. Yeah, it's crazy. It's normal if you want to pay the bills on time and you got some money to do nice things today, when you are complaining that I can't pay the bills and you have to work harder. Fuck off! I have to work harder. They have to bring all the prices down because they want us to. The normal stuff isn't normal anymore. If we have a normal conversation like we have now, these days it isn't normal anymore. We lost the connection. Just what we talked about the past 50 minutes. The connection is gone. Everything that used to be normal, these days, you're a conspiracy theorist. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy.
I have a great shirt from the Firmamental. We talked about it a little bit before. These are my brothers from America. Shout out to the Firmamental podcast. They have a T-shirt, Conspiracy Therapist.
Therapist. I love that one. I love that one. Conspiracy therapist.
Yeah. These guys are doing episode 100 within. I think probably they're gonna bring it out on Friday.
Send me the link, my friend. Send me the link.
Yeah, I will. I think it's we're brothers connected. Also, it's cool. Very funny that I was walking upon this earth with 50 years.
Yeah.
Of course, I feel connected with the friends that I have. I got a very small amount of people around me in my inner circle, but somehow I went into the podcasting. I got connected to America and stuff like that. And
cool.
I got friendships already that are so intense and so fruitful and so honest about, being yourself and stuff like that. It's mind-boggling. And for the people that are listening to this podcast, shout out for the Firmamental. People that are looking in the live from TikTok on Dinges. I did a lot of podcasts. This is episode 49, by the way. So, wow.
Oh, I didn't get into 50. No.
Yeah, well, you got to be hopping on.
Yeah. No problem.
I did something with a podcast with Sean Hibbler from Level With Me. He brought out a new one. He had some problems with uploading it. The Old World Order. People look at that. I can share the link in the show description.
Yeah, please do.
I did Sean Hibbler, as said, the Fittest Flat Earther, Tyler Hansen, Raul, Brandon Kroll, too many to mention. So if you like that, please take a look at Disorganized Productions on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all that stuff.
I got a lot of stuff to listen to here.
Work in progress coach on TikTok. Maybe that wasn't the best idea because everybody's searching out for Disorganized Productions. But I had really good and cool conversations with people that are awake in some kind of point, people that want to share their stories, people that want to connect with other people that are same-minded, and they can't take that away from us. As long as we spread the word, as long as we connect to each other and don't look at someone like, oh, he looks stupid. Yeah, I know I look stupid, but I need some love too, and the same goes for someone else, Just hug someone, even if it's not your type or whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Have to start a relationship. You can't be a human being.
No, but you could give him a great day by just doing that one small thing, what costs you maybe 2 seconds in your life. And you can give him a great day just by giving him a hug or just saying, hello, good morning, how are you? How difficult is it to make it a better world than we live in right now? Because everybody is disorganized.
Yes.
Yes.
Right here, disorganized.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Oh, mate, we have to do this again.
Yes,
we have a lot more stuff to talk about.
We're going to do a threesome. We're going to...
With Jaguar.
So there's going to be a part 2 with Dinges. There's going to be a part 2 with Jaguar. But there will be also probably a part... whatever, with the threesome with Jaguar and Dinges and me.
Good stuff.
That would be good, right?
Yeah.
So we can hook
for sure.
up. We're going to make that happen.
Yeah.
For everyone that's listening to this, thank you for listening. Thank you for your time, Dinges. I had
no
a
problem,
blast.
my friend. 2 hours are too short.
Yes, I know. That's why I don't pinpoint normally on the hours. So if you want to continue, we can continue. I don't have a schedule. I
Let's
don't
do
know
another
about
one
you.
soon. Let's do another one soon because I have to go to a friend in 30 minutes. So I
Yeah,
got
no
an
props,
appointment
man.
still after this. But for sure, I think we can talk all day.
Oh yeah, we can. Especially when you called me just before we hopped on, just like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I love that.
Natural connection.
It is. And I had the same thing with Jaguar. I had the same with all my
Yeah, nice,
podcast guests.
nice.
Never spoke to them, never had an email, just okay, I see McClendley, hop on and just have a conversation.
Yeah,
You know, the thing that you feel, and I think that's one of the things that connects us through everything, that's the ether. It's
you're
faster
true.
than the internet,
Yeah,
faster than whatever.
yeah,
Everything you spread out is going to be there. Can I
yeah,
ask you very
yeah,
quick, 12 questions?
yeah.
Okay. What's your definition of God?
I think this is a real difficult question for me. I think there is a God, and we should all believe in something that is like a God. And for me, I grew up. It may be a bit long story, but it's my answer, so you have to do with it. I grew up in a very religious family, and till I was 12 or 13, I went to the nun school. I don't know if you know what it is, but I went there, and then I went to my grandmother. I told her I don't want to go there anymore. Don't want to go to the church also anymore. I still carry my cross around on my neck. I got it from my grandmother when I went to overseas for my when I was in the military. Um, but I told her I don't want to go to church anymore. I wanted to quit our nun school because it was Sunday school. You know what it is. And it's in the Netherlands. It was normal Sunday school for people who are religious. And she asked me why. I said because I don't believe in God the way you do. I believe there is a God. I believe there is someone who created stuff, but I want to do it my own way. I don't see it the way you do. And she told me it's okay to look at it, look at this like that. And today I talked to Karim. I told you before the Moroccan guy, and we talked about the way I see religion and faith. I have faith. I know there is something out there that trusts me to do the stuff I need to do. But for me, it's standing up in the morning, watching, looking in the mirror, talking to me, and when I go to bed, it's talking to me again. And that's not only to me. I don't have to talk to myself. I don't have to do anything, but it's because I think I'm talking to more than me. Okay, I did everything the way I need to do, and I believe in that. That's my way I think of God.
Wow.
Yeah.
The other question will be, what's the definition of the devil?
The devil is in all of us if we let it, but the heavens is also in all of us if we let it.
Oh, absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. What's your favorite color? Just to skip the topic a little bit.
What's your favorite color? I think green.
Green. All right. What's your
I
favorite
think green.
music?
I love all music. This is really a difficult question for me because I've been a DJ for a long time, and I know the frequency of a lot of the music I played in the past isn't the right frequency to play. Gets people in contact with the demons you don't want to be in contact with. But I love it still. I still love some sounds of music and in the house. It's also a creation that I can give a lot of me to. But I think I love all music because it unites.
Mhm.
And music is something everyone can relate to. And we don't always need to think a lot about it. Just enjoy it also.
Oh, I love that answer. I love that.
Yeah,
And it's a very hard question. I
it
was on
is.
a podcast with Vika Drazi from Flatten the
Yeah,
Curve and the Mechanical
yeah,
Realm, and he
yeah.
asked me my questions, and I was struggling, my friend. I was just like, oh shit, that's a hard
They are
one.
good questions, my friend. So I have to think about every. Normally, I don't have to think this long.
Thank you. What's your favorite film or series?
I don't really have one because I believe that everything that's been displayed in movies and series is meant to take control of our minds. I think Hollywood and everything that's show business is created to control us and give us information we don't need. So most of the time I just ignore it.
All right. I had some guests who said the old me or the new me, because there was an old
Yeah,
me.
the old me, Band of Brothers, the old
Oh,
me,
cool,
Band of
yeah.
Brothers. I know too much of the history, the true history, to know that it's bullshit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What's your favorite book?
Yeah, it isn't really. Yeah, wait, I will get it for you. One moment.
Yeah, no problem.
I hope I can find it. Yeah. I talk about this book a lot. It's a friend of mine, a lady. Dienend Leiderschap, it's called. Serving Leadership. And this book taught me a lot about me. This woman called me the torch carrier, and the way she explained it to me, I gotten to know her in 2020. In 2021, she published this book. And serving leadership is seen as soft, as not real leading, but it's really the other way around, because the way I experience my way of leadership is because all the information I got, I'm an old soul. I just call myself an old soul. All the information I got isn't just my information, it's the information of all of us, all the people I talk to, everything I read, everything I've seen. And this made me to who I am today. And the way I lead is the same way. I want to give and show people how the world works, how I see things, and I hope they will follow and do the same stuff and create the same leadership as I do. Serving is a good thing. Bad leaders tell you what to do. Good leaders show you what to do. Yeah. So this book is exactly about how I live my life. I treat everyone the same way I want it to be treated. So the same thing is with leadership.
I'm going to post that in a Leiderschap in the show description.
Dienend Leiderschap.
Is there also an English version available?
Yeah, there is an English version. I can send you the link afterwards.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it's a great book.
What's your favorite drink?
Water. Water or
Which
tea.
One?
Yeah, water or tea. Yeah.
And what's your favorite food?
Red raw meat.
Red raw meat. All right.
Yeah, I'm a meat guy. I love dairy, meat, eggs, fish, green vegetables. Yeah, just the manly stuff.
Yeah. What kind of clothing you like to wear the most?
Not too much.
Me neither.
We just talked about it earlier. I love to walk bare feet all the time, and clothing around us we aren't made for it. When we go outside, we need to feel the sun on every part of our body. So I think, but if shorts with a t-shirt, I think.
Cool. Last three questions. What's your favorite holiday destination?
Yeah, not only holiday, but to live. I think Spain, southern of Spain. But I travel the world a lot, and I fell in love with Ecuador and Peru. I went there with a backpack, and I went there for like 7-8 months on my own with a backpack, barefoot, and I just traveled the country. I was there when I was younger with one of my first big loves, my first bigger girlfriend, one of the loves of my life. And a couple of years later, I thought I want to go back, so I went back with just a backpack and my flip flops.
Right.
I traveled to Southern America for almost 8 months, and the best choice I made in my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's your favorite quote, Dinges?
Don't trust anybody, just trust you.
Oh, that's a good one.
But I want to explain it a bit, because I trust everybody. Everybody I meet, I trust everybody from the start. And they only can convince me otherwise by their own actions. But the most important thing in everyone's life, in yours, in mine, and everybody who's watching this, if you don't trust yourself, you can't trust anybody.
Exactly. Oh, exactly. And last question, then I'll have to let you go because you got an appointment. What's your life's motto?
Give to other people what you want to take back. And the way I mean this is a little bit of an explanation added to it. Is like the way I treat people is the way I wanted to be treated myself. What I give to people, I hope they give to others. The way I do everything in my life is just to show people how it could be different. The way I do it, it could be the way they should do it also, because it gives you so much love. If you give back to people, if you give a lot, you can take it back any time you want. You don't have to take it back. But if you give love, you get love. If you give grief, you get grief. This is the House of Mirrors theory again. So I think the most important thing is what this is. Yeah.
Oh man, I love to have you on, Dinges. We're definitely going to have a part 2 for all the listeners.
For sure.
Back home. Thank you for tuning in on Disorganized Production with another tremendous episode. And for all you people out there, have a beautiful morning, a beautiful day, or beautiful evening.
Have a beautiful now.
Where you are on this beautiful now, on this beautiful planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend, I thank you very much and talk to you soon, yeah?
Yes, thank you very much.
Much love.
Much love, yeah.
Running for all my life with the devil on my heels. He wasn't always kind and he couldn't fulfill my dreams. I'm running for all my life with the devil on my heels. He wasn't always kind and he couldn't fulfill my dreams. He's a pain in the ass, black as a night. God, show me the light. He's a pain in the ass, black as a night. God, show me the light and hold me tight. For I've been running for all my life with the devil on my heels. He wasn't always kind and he couldn't fulfill my dreams. He's a pain in the ass, black as a night. God, show me the light and hold me tight.